Well,
good morning.
morning.
Good morning.
We're all waiting for the red light to go
I know,
on.
right?
Ready?
And we're live. I like how when we look at the, right?
Yeah.
I like how when we look at the videos, we're like, and then it goes live, but it's already pre-recording us. Like it's already done.
Somehow it's live before it says it's live. It lies about being live.
Right?
But of course you have to wait because you don't want to start talking if it's not live. It's very tricky, technology. But good morning.
It really is.
Welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina and our guests, Fanny and Deborah. How you guys doing today?
Great. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Now, what a summit. Oh my goodness. Were you guys all on?
Oh, yes. I wouldn't miss it. It was awesome.
Off and on.
Oh my
off
goodness.
And on, off and on.
I love
Off and on.
No, I love those summits.
You know what? They're just so precious, those summits, and the connection, the people that show up, the participation, the
It's
engagement.
always the right people, the right speakers, the right, like everything, right? Like
the
And
right
don't
everything.
forget the giveaways.
oh, the freebies, the freebie. Yeah, Fanny was all about the freebies yesterday.
Well, this is how we bribe everybody to come, to show up, right? Dangle a little goodie in front of them and say,
Those little carrots.
This was my first summit that I've attended that you've put on. And even if you didn't have any giveaways, I'd be at the next one. So
Oh, that's good.
wow.
That's good. We
Wow.
tried to. We've been trying to up our game little by little, and this one really hit the jackpot.
Well, we had this private, like intimate gathering with Les Brown. Right? Here he is in his home. You can just tell he's just a little bit more relaxed, right? And it's sitting at home. It's like we're just sitting there having a cup of coffee with him, and he's sharing stories that you don't normally hear from stage, right? That his typical stage presentation is, he's still the greatest motivator, right? There's the preacher in him comes out,
Right?
but it just felt like this very intimate, precious conversation that we could have.
And the two people, I got two responses yesterday. A friend of mine who asked him a question, he gave her like confirmation, and she called me crying. She's like, I'm bawling. And then Zandra, our beautiful sponsor for the Angel and Tina Morning Show, the ZTV, that was her mentor. That is her mentor for the last 25 years.
Wow.
And she expressed to me how much she loves him. And so I did a little intro. And she was
lovable.
She texted me, I'm on cloud nine, girl.
And
we
have front seats, right? For me anyways, have front seats with Les Brown.
Right?
Exactly, right? We're usually in a great big audience, great big auditorium, and we're one in a crowd, and not here. He could see all of our faces on the screen. He was engaging, interacting. It was like being in the front row. Total VIP experience.
Right?
Yesterday.
My favorite is when he calls me Tina May.
I know we're gonna have to cut out that audio and have it be like your ringtone or something.
Right? Because he calls when he calls me, and it's still very surreal. Like, like very, very surreal. That I'm like, hold on, Les Brown's calling me. And Tina May. Yes, sir.
Hey.
I feel like I'm in trouble.
I felt like that when I started working with Sharon Lechter, because she's my Oprah, right? And first time my phone rang, that she was calling me, and she's so precious, right? Is this a good time to talk, Angel? I was like,
yes.
anytime.
As you're in the bathtub, yes. Whatever time is good, I'm available.
You have we have these mentors that we've looked up to, we've learned from, we've read their books, we've gone to their conferences, we've seen all their talks, like everything. And so when you've got that one-on-one engagement with them, this is what you've been they've been on your vision board, right? For years.
Isn't it surreal? Like when you do talk to Sharon and you're able to, introduce her on stage, or, hey Angel, what are you doing? You want to jump on Zoom real quick? You're like, yeah.
Right, like normal conversation,
Right.
regular conversation, and
That's how I feel with Les. Like we literally had a 2-hour conversation one morning. I texted him just to, confirm our morning show, and he calls me, and I tell my roommate, I'm like, and she was like, and I'm sitting there just chatting away and laughing.
Yeah, so what are you doing? What color are your socks, Les?
Just like, and he was, he was asking me what my story was, and I told him that, and he was like, don't ever say that again. You didn't lose everything, And then he used my little story, which nobody knew about, on his live, and I'm going, oh, he's talking about me.
So Deborah, who's like a mentor for you? Somebody that is in your, I don't know, like in your lane, your field of where you're going, that you would love to share stage with, have them call you.
Oh, well, right now, you.
Oh.
Oh,
That's where I'm at. It's like, oh my goodness.
We all have Angel on our radar, right?
Yeah.
well, cheers. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, lady. How about you, Fanny?
Well, I've found someone that Zandra has been incredible to me. And then I have Dr. Marisha Sherman. She's an incredible woman with Intimate Altar. She's doing things for women. And so she has been an awesome mentor for me.
Love it. I love it. We all need those mentors in our life, right? And people come into our life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And having somebody that you look up to, that you aspire to, that has walked that walk before you. And even in the book, Think and Grow Rich, sometimes those mentors aren't really even around anymore, right? You might just be reading their stories and learning from them through recorded, something recorded, but they push us, right? They don't even realize it. We think they're pulling, but really they're pushing us and encouraging us to just be better versions of ourselves every single day. So
in fact, we had a guest on our show last week, Larry Thompson, who his mentor was like literally Jim Rohn. Like back in the day, like grew up and joined the company together, and he said that both me and Angel both went.
Could you imagine working and being, being mentored and working side by side with Jim Rohn, right? Showing up at an event, just, of course, we think these are just these random circumstances,
right?
Completely coincidence. And it turns out, I mean, really our lives are like these beautiful mosaics, right? Like when you think about a mosaic, it's broken pieces of glass or broken pieces of pottery, and individually they're just broken, right? But when you put it in together, this beautiful pattern, they make these gorgeous, landscapes and beautiful pictures. And that's what our lives are. Like it's these little seemingly random, okay, I just happened to be here. I just happened to catch this. I just happened to be introduced, is what we're thinking. But when we look back, it's all this, gorgeous mosaic is our life. And
that's how a lot of our guests for the last 2 months have been. They've all taken their trials or their circumstances or something that has happened and turned it around and created something beautiful out of it. And every single one of our guests has a story like that.
And the partnership too. Fanny and Deborah, did you know each other before today?
No.
Hi, Deborah.
Well, we don't know, right, the bigger plan, but it's no coincidence that the two of you are our guests on the show today. Every single time it is just.
And they usually have some kind of talk to me afterwards. We have something good. We can collaborate. And we were like, oh, wow.
It will definitely come out. All right. So Deborah, what exciting project are you working on right now?
Well, I'm so excited to be working on bringing my coaching to online courses, because that way, when I spoke at an event last year, SGA Youth and Family Services in Chicago, it's a nonprofit organization that reaches out to families that are people forget about them. They're maybe high risk or low income, and they reach out to help them. And I spoke there, and they asked me back to give a workshop in front of their parent educators. And that's when I realized the ripple effect.
Yeah.
Right? Here I'm helping their parent educators, teaching them, and then they're going out to the families. And it's just such a great ripple effect that you're reaching more people. So I thought, well, one of my mentors had mentioned do some online courses. So I'm really excited to reach more people.
What is your online course called?
Well, I haven't developed the title yet. The name of my business is Healthy Parenting 360. So because I bring in nutritional aspects as well, I really believe that helps us along to be the best that we can be. So I bring that along with the parenting coaching. So I will have to think about that. Maybe after that mastery boot camp will help me.
You'll come up with a name? Yeah, most definitely. How many kids do you have?
I have one daughter, and I grew up with 4 brothers. Wow. So I always thought I'd have a big family.
You were the only girl?
Only girl in the middle. Needless to say, I was a tomboy.
Wow. I have a client of mine who I think he has like 10 or 11 sisters.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. I know. I'm like, oh,
we had Supermom on the summit yesterday. I think she has 15 children. 18?
What?
15, a lot. I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, how old is she? Like our age?
No, I don't know how old she. I have no
15
clue.
children?
Yes, Tina. Only dogs can hear you now.
Well, she been having fun.
My 3, I was like, oh. 15.
Yeah, I don't know.
No wonder we call her the super mom.
But she is America's super mom, right? Yeah, right. So lots of children. Well, you said, you grew up with all the brothers, so obviously you were a tomboy. I mean, you could have been like a complete absolute princess, right? They could have treated you like an absolute little princess too. So okay. So what's your favorite like tomboyish thing to do, Deborah?
Well, I remember one Saturday morning, I came home from playing football with my brothers and the neighborhood boys. I was the only girl on the team. And I came home all bloody faced. And my parents looked up and said, "What happened to you?" And I said, "I made a touchdown." That's all that matters, right?
Well, yeah, right. Even yesterday, we're talking to Mark Jackson, football player. He's like, a 9 or 5-yard touchdown and gave me a 9-year career, right? Like it made a touchdown, right? It's
all that matters.
All that matters. How about you, Fanny? What exciting project are you working on right now?
Well, I've taken a leap of faith to I'm in radio. I have a radio show once a week called the Fanny Minnitt Show, and I am taking a courageous leap into television. So I will be on ZTV Network sometime in the summer, fall. So I will have my own television show, the Fanny Minnitt Show, based on faith. And I also have another book coming out called Just Pray. Prayer Work, ladies. Not prayer work, ladies is on the end, but just pray, prayer work. So that's what I'm working on now. And it's amazing.
Wow.
Very exciting.
A lot of people who are just getting out there on faith and jumping in, right? Taking it and just going all in.
Mm-hmm. Going all in.
It has totally been a going all in, I think, last several months, right?
Last 2 months, right?
Of what do I really want to do? What do I really want to be? Where do we really want to go? And even though we're just staying home, we're discovering it's inside of us, right? Mm-hmm. Right? All the external busyness that we thought we needed to serve ourselves, right? To serve our business, to serve our souls, right? It's inside of us, right? We have it, and we have a lot of the skills, a lot of the tools, a lot of the collaborations and the resources, the human capital. I think we've come together and elevated using just like our intellectual knowledge, right? Our grace and our and our spirit, like all of that has come together, and we're seeing some really awesome things come out of it.
Right.
And
I
I love
think this time has taken us time to do that, to sit back, reflect, and to act, to implement.
And I think it takes courage, right? So many, and this is what I teach the parents and how to encourage their children in order to build their courage. Fanny, it takes courage to do what you do, and Angel and Tina, and certainly for me to be brave and have courage to do anything in life, any new venture, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I love it. What's been your favorite part about being home, Deborah?
Well, there's so many things. It has given me time to reflect and more time to meditate. Being out and about and going here and there and working, I didn't have time to meditate as much as I would like. And so this time is given, not that have a lot of extra time, I seem to fill it up no matter what, but I'm taking time to meditate, to exercise more and reflect and reinvent.
I love it. I love it. Good for you, right? Good for you to just pause.
All those R words again, right? Reflect.
And Fanny, favorite thing about the last 8 weeks?
Well, my favorite thing is that I call this pandemic a gift of time. It has given us all time, each one of us time to reflect back on things we haven't accomplished, things we should accomplish. What is this thing? What is life all about? So I call it a gift of time. And what I have done is taken advantage of that gift of time in some of the areas in my life that I didn't think about, like that junky garage I have. And so that thing is getting cleaned out because I have no excuse. And then my husband and I, we are able to spend more time together because I'm not running here and running there and that kind of a thing. He's more settled than I am. And so we have been able to spend a lot of time together. I worked from the home, so that wasn't a shocker for me, but my mind was always going. It was always going, even though I was working from home. So God has given that gift of time in this COVID-19. And I took that time to do some things that just didn't seem so important to me, but it really is important because clutter can stop your mind from thinking, from moving forward. So that's how
I really thought that, because for my basement we just keep putting stuff down there. And I really thought that we'd go through and clean out that basement during this time.
Have you gotten through any rooms yet?
Right. But I've not had, I guess I have had the gift of time, right? Because I haven't been traveling. I have been home, but I have filled it. I have absolutely filled it. And so when I'm not working, somehow
you're relaxing too, because you're never not working.
I'm right there with you, Angel.
I love, but I love having it decluttered. I love having it cleaned. And so organizing my closet and cleaning out my closet is one of the ways I relax. But of course,
and color coordinated my clothes.
Yeah, it's, it doesn't need to be done because I wear, sweatpants and leggings or yoga pants and just
and rotating t-shirts.
And rotating t-shirts, right? I've worn like the same 5 shirts, I think, for this whole time. And I've been barefoot almost every day for 2 months. And so it's been, there's nothing to clean up in my closet and not wearing anything, but it has been fun. It's been so relaxing, and just the pace of, at the end of the day that I'm already home, right? We're here and the family, like I'm with my husband, my son is home, and it has been, I know
we're getting so much more done.
Well,
we're not spending hours at the airport. We're not spending hours on the airplane. We have so much more. I feel like we have so much more time that we are able to get all these things done, right?
Right.
Gift of time.
You are right, Fanny. You are totally right. Well, let's get to know our guests a little bit more. I've got your bios here. Let me pull this one up. I've got Fanny. We'll start with you, darling. So I pulled you up first. How's that?
Whoop,
We can actually even say. Oh, hold on, why won't it?
We have some comments about your lovely, beautiful necklace and that royal blue color that you have on.
Whoa. A friend of mine, TikTok Clock, with Esty, she makes these custom jewelry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, by Letta Butler.
It's funny, we're wearing almost the same color, Fanny.
Yes, girl, we were here.
Right?
Here, we were here.
That was, see, no coincidence, no coincidence. I just love the title of your book coming up, Fanny, and oh, look at that. It's the multiple award-winning Fanny Minnitt show. I like that too. She's been winning awards, right? These are some of the things that if we want to create exposure, leverage, create press and publicity around, be nominated, participating in awards, and then you get to always say you're award winning ever after that, forever and ever. She's a best-selling author, a veteran, thank you for your service, award-winning radio talk show host, retired educator, servant leader, impacting generations with inspirational messages of faith. And she wants us all to remember to just have faith and keep it moving. Fanny, we're so excited to have you on the show with us today.
Welcome.
I'm so honored to be on the show. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so you talk about that walk of faith and moving it into the TV platform, which is this huge leap of faith. What made you decide, okay, it's time to do this? Why now?
Why now is because it's been on the horizon since 2009. Everything that I'm doing, it stemmed from this book for me to go ahead and take that leap. 2009, I was going to go into TV with a friend, and it just vanished from my mind that I was going to do that. It sounds crazy, but it really did. Then 2018, I took a class on how to start your television show, but I really didn't have a major purpose for all this television and radio until the Just Have book came along. And so I needed a platform to advertise the book because like so many small businesses, we don't put money into advertising and marketing. So nobody knows you have anything, right? And so I started radio, but then I needed a bigger platform. I need even a bigger platform to spread the message of faith and to get people from this little bitty seed of faith to an increase in faith so that their cup will run over. We don't want a little small.
I love her. She has props like you do.
Yes. And so what I want the television for is because radio, they can hear me. But television, if I say you want your cup running over, I could show you. And when we talk about having a little small mustard seed of faith, I can show people on television the little seed and how small it is and how it grows to 10 feet in a month. And so we want an increase of faith. And so television would take me from the voice to the visuals.
From the voice to the visuals. From the voice to the visuals. That's well,
that was a hashtag Fanny Nugget.
Right? We do talk about if you've got a message, the ultimate stage is television, right? That's where everybody aspires to. And especially with ZTV, using the Zandra TV network as your launching pad, you're streaming on multiple channels. These days we are shifting. It used to be, right, you wanted to be on traditional TV, the ABC, NBC, CBS, your local TV shows. But now it is this global impact that streaming TV and on-demand platforms,
like Apple TV and Roku and Netflix, all those streaming channels.
And can I say a little bit, not much, because Deborah, I know you have a lot to say, but as far as ZTV, why I took the leap with ZTV is because they have an incubator. And so you're not jumping out there. You can have amazing content, but if you're not using that content in the right way, it's just good content, like a good book with no advertisement. It's just a good book. And so with ZTV, I'm in an incubator, which is teaching me, even this little short time I've been in it, it's teaching me the ropes, what to do and how to do it, the press release, all those different things that I've done, but I haven't done with that much perfection. And so now I don't have time. I'm too old to be jumping out there without perfection, because now it's about legacy.
And she does. ZTV has this incubator, so she teaches you and shows
isn't it like
you.
a year long?
Yes. So she
Yeah.
works with you for the entire year to make sure that you're trained, that you're leveraging the tools, you know how to use the tools, and that you succeed, right? So you don't just take this leap and go out there and fall. Right?
Yeah.
She makes sure that you know, she gives you the wings and teaches you how to use them.
She walks you step by step and then pushes you gently out of the nest.
So when does your new TV show, when do you go into production?
In the summer. This summer. I go into production this summer, and I'm so excited, Tina and Angel. Y'all really. I'm very excited.
Wow, that's some good stuff. It's like right around the corner.
Yes, and I want y'all to be on my TV show.
We would be honored. We would be honored. Wow.
So in the
what
meantime,
what kind of guest are you looking for your show?
I'm looking, because it's faith is broad, so I'm looking for guests that talks about health, wealth, the community, the things you talk about, Deborah, is families and children, and how do you get from faith to reality? You know, so those type of guests. Ordinary people doing extra, not extraordinary, but extraordinary things.
extraordinary things. Are you still doing the TV show or the radio show in the meantime?
Yes.
And how do we follow you? Where do we hear that?
It's on fbrn.us. It's I'm powered by Fishbowl Radio Network.
Oh, okay. Fanny, where are you in Dallas?
I'm in Dallas. The radio show is in Arlington at Globe Life Park.
Yeah.
But I live in Cedar Hill, the DFW.
Fanny, I don't know if you know, but Angel used to be a radio show host as well.
I know. I follow you, ladies.
Oh. She's like, oh, I know all about you guys.
I didn't make stay with the whole one the last time, but that other one, I sit there from the time it started to the time y'all start dancing and going on.
I like that we have fans, right?
Yeah, I have fans.
We'll definitely do the dance party again. But I know a couple of people who work with Fishbowl Radio as well. So it's fabulous to have a platform, right? A place that you can highlight and showcase other people's stories and bring that on, and to see you leveling up. I remember when we went from radio to television, and it's the ultimate stage. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited to see you.
It's so
I'm so excited to see it.
What you say, Tina?
I said, I'm so excited to see it, to watch it.
Me too.
And you can tell your passion about it and you're excited. I love to see people like this. They're like so excited.
Okay, so so say how we find it. fbrn.us.
US is Fishbowl Radio Network.
Okay.
FBRN.us.
The Fanny Minnitt, the multi-award winning Fanny Minnitt.
Yeah, don't forget those two words in the front there, Angel. Multi-award winning.
Multi-award winning, right? We don't leave this piece out, right? You're a best-selling author. You're not just an author, a best-selling author, award-winning.
That was the thing that Angel had to like hammer into my head, because I was like, I'm an author. She's like, I'm like, I'm sorry, #1 best-selling author. And she goes, that's what I thought.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear that. I must have been, distracted.
But it's hard to put those.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about yourself.
It's hard to talk about yourself like that and put yourself on a pedestal. But then sometimes you're the only one who would do it. So.
Right. So this is, there's a platform for it, right? This is where publicity comes in. And I think for a lot of business owners, there's that humbleness that comes, right? We want to be humble. We want to be graceful. We don't want to be out there bragging, but there is an element of publicity that is required, right? You've got to separate yourself from the competition. You've got to elevate your brand. You've got to attract more clients. And if you're going to play small, right? Then of course the results are going to be small.
Yeah.
Your fans, your followers will rarely be more excited about what you're doing than you are. So you've got to bring it up here so that they can rise up, right? To meet you. But this is where publicity, this is where being a guest on other people's shows, where they interview you, they emphasize, tell me about these projects, tell me about this award, tell me about this success.
They reach out to you saying, I want you to be on my show.
Yeah, right. We want experts. We want people that are doing extraordinary things to be guests on our show. So yes, I will hammer that in. but you know, I guess that's that velvet hammer. It's with love.
It is with love. In fact, I recently, like a couple of weeks ago, just changed my Instagram to author, and then I put, you know, the first line, #1 best-selling author, and then, you know, my other stuff. And the followers I've been getting are like all these like huge coaches that have like thousands and thousands of followers, and I'm like, I don't understand, but it was because I changed that.
You changed it. Okay, I can't scroll.
I put my status up there.
Amy, I can't get my little thing to scroll. Okay, it's not scrolling.
Hi, Candy. We need help.
I know, right?
Come from behind the curtain.
He's like, I'm not coming on camera. Hold on.
I know, right?
Hold on. I'm gonna stop my video for a second, and because
so he can help you.
my thing isn't scrolling.
She has a new setup. Her honey got her a new computer, and so now she has like 3 monitors, and she's like, yeah, Tina, yada yada yada. I said, you're not looking at me. And she's like, I gotta push it over here.
No.
And she just got it on Monday, so she's still working with it. And her eye candy, the love of her life, is helping her. And he's still in his pajamas there, so too.
Yeah.
Fanny, can I say how excited I am for you? That is just so fantastic, your journey.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. And we have to schedule you for my radio show.
I would love that. I would absolutely love
that. Education, you know.
And she's back.
And she's back.
Thank you, eye candy.
Well, I don't know what happened, but it was like, yeah, I have a brand new.
Did MacGyver fix it?
Little trackpad, and it wasn't working for me. So
did MacGyver fix it?
He came over and it worked for him. Like, okay, and then he left and it still didn't work for me. So yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning. Right, I went from laptop to like command central here.
Well, Angel, you did say that you want a studio in your house.
I know, but I want people.
Oh.
I think apparently I really want people to.
You want your people to work for you now, right? I need people.
I need people.
So you should have said I need a production team.
That's it. I gotta be clearer about what it is.
Didn't we hear that yesterday with Carrie Conley? You have to have a clear vision. Mm-hmm. So don't just say I want a production studio. I want a studio in my house. No, I want a production team with my studio.
That is true. That is so true. So yeah, this is a fabric backdrop. It's behind the curtain, and so my husband's desk is behind there. So every now and then I'm just like, hey. But he used to, when he would come to the studio, if he would ever come to the radio studio to visit me, he would hide until after the show was over, because I would put him on the air, and so he wouldn't even tell me he was there because he was afraid I'd put him on the air. And like, come on in, everybody wants to meet you and let's talk. And he's like, nope. No. So he'd surprise me. I'd open up the door, like the show would be over, and then the door would fly open and there's Jay. I'm like, hey, hey, how long have you been here?
Oh, I've been here listening for the whole time.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, let's get to know Deborah a little bit better as well. I've got your bio. I was able to pull it up. I apologize for that. She's the founder of Healthy Parenting 360. We heard she grew up with 4 brothers and parents of very different parenting styles. Her passion is to bring harmony into the home and reduce struggles. Amen, Deborah. She's certified in 2 nationally recognized parent coaching programs, along with nutritional research. She's helped numerous parents, teachers, pediatric therapists, and parent educators. She offers one-on-one coaching, group coaching, speaking, and workshops. She spoke at the SGA Youth and Family Services Midwest Conference in Chicago. And after that, they asked her back to teach her workshops on to their parent educators. So she was discovered, right? It's like the true discovery story, Deborah. Congratulations.
I love it. So what does SGAU stand for?
You know, it had evolved. It started out as one organization, evolved into Jane Hull House. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it might be more local. And then it evolved into the Youth and Family Services. So they just kept the initials, you know, because it was evolved into that. But
okay, so how did you end up there in the first place to be speaking there to get invited back?
That is such an interesting question. Okay, so I was meditating and I was following a person who does angel and crystal meditations. And I didn't know what I was doing. She was pulling cards and she said, take a crystal and clear your chakras. I had no idea what I was doing. I went like this, you know, that afternoon. And the card she picked was on coaching and it was on teaching and how your word is going to spread. That afternoon, no joke, out of the blue.
Right? Yeah, just happens to be, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The director from SGA Youth and Family Services called me on the phone and asked if I would speak. And my heart was just jumping out of my chest because that would have been the first speaking event. So talk about courage, right? I said, this is something I'm going to do. I'm going to overcome any obstacles, any fears, and just do it.
Just do it. I love
it.
Right? And you have to make
Stepping out on faith.
Right? You know, and even if you fall, so what, right? Fall 7 times, get up 8. You know, try it. You won't know. Most of what we have to learn and have to go through, we can't just sit back and think about it and journal about it. We have to go out and actually take action and take that leap. Okay, so what was the scariest part of that?
There were many obstacles leading up to it. I mean, many, because I had them order the books for the workshop. There was going to be speaking and workshop. And I made sure that they ordered it and this and that. And I asked them like a week or 2 before, did you get the books? Oh, no, we haven't gotten the books. I asked a week before. 2 days before, they said, we still don't have the books. Can you bring something? And luckily enough, a couple weeks ahead, I just printed out some things just in case. That morning, my phone froze, my GPS. So going to the U of I Forum in Chicago, which borders on some not so nice neighborhoods, I didn't have GPS to get there. I had no idea. Luckily, the night before, I printed out directions.
Ooh.
So, you know, I had 4 brothers that were Boy Scouts, so maybe some of that filtered in. So it was like so many obstacles along the way that I was like, well, what happens, happens, right? I'm just going to be myself. And it took some of the fear away, actually.
I think when that happens, that's just more confirmation that this is the right time. This
Really?
is what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to, you know, go through those struggles so you can show them, you know, what you had to overcome.
It was wonderful. The people there, it was just so wonderful. They were warm. We hugged each other afterwards. People who were, you know, it was more interactive. It was just filled my heart.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You know, when things mess up, right? Done is better than none, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's in the messiness, right? When it's messy, that you relax, right? It is what it is. Like, it can't be all buttoned up and perfect, but then the true essence comes out, Deborah. And so I love, like, when everything goes wrong, right? You start to take inventory and go, well, Right? I guess that was supposed to be like this, not the way I wanted to control it,
Right.
but the way that it was really supposed to turn out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so now what's your big dream? Where are you going to go with this?
Well, my big dream is to honor my father, who was my first coach. I had mentioned that my parents were of two different parenting styles. And when I did get certified, I called my dad and I said, you could have written this program. He was so proactive. And way back then, you know, you didn't hear of fathers who were that proactive. And I am in the process of writing a book that honors my father, that also brings in the essence of what I teach. There is not a workshop that doesn't go by that I don't bring his wisdom into the class.
Oh,
So
has he ever come to hear you speak?
No, he lives out of state.
Has he?
Yeah. So.
I remember the first time my parents coming to hear me speak. I was so nervous, right? Like to have mom and dad in the audience, right? Because you're always their little girl. And yeah, they
came
to
perform well, right?
Oh, I was a wreck. And then afterwards, I was like, okay, everybody leave now. Go. Because like I was like, I'm done. You all leave. I'm gonna go and
do
just
they know what you do? Do they like think that, you know, Angel, what do? You get paid to speak. Like, I don't understand this whole thing.
Oh, my mom, she came up, she's like, people pay for that? They hired you for that? They pay you that? Like,
you make that much money doing that? Right?
This is important stuff, Mom. This is a big deal. She's like, huh?
And then they see you at this event. Everybody's like, oh, Angel, let's take a picture. She's like, huh?
You have arrived.
Yeah, no.
I don't think she still understands how big you are.
Well, no, of course not, right? Your family is the closest to you. And yeah, they're like the ones that like bring a peach pie, right? You know, do the laundry. Like, could you pick us up from the airport? I'm like, kind of a big deal, Mom. I'm a big deal pickle.
Could you do the dishes really quick before you leave? You're like, I don't do dishes.
Yeah, but right, with family. So it's it's a little awkward. For me, it was awkward having my parents come and hear me speak. Now they've done it several times, and so it's not as weird. But I just I just felt like I was 7 years old. I felt like I was 7 years old playing dress up, like this weird out of body experience, looking at them.
Were they like proud to see you speak? Like, did they understand like what you were talking about and stuff?
No, right? This is not their world. My parents were not
entrepreneurs,
right? My parents
like in the background.
They worked. My dad was military. My mom, like they weren't entrepreneurs. So
mine weren't either.
Yeah, and I think that they think we're crazy.
Yeah,
right? They absolutely think, because we're like, what do I do all day? And right, because there's no boss, there's no paycheck, like there's no time clock. I create my hours. So that was always really weird. Like, she could call and, can you do something? Like, I'm working. What do you mean you're working?
You don't have a job.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
That's
how mine was. My dad was military. You know, they weren't entrepreneur. In fact, I'm the only entrepreneur in my family. And so when I tell, I remember them telling me, just go get a regular job, a 9 to 5. You know, so-and-so is hiring for $10 an hour. And I'm like,
my father has almost always had his own business, almost his whole life. And I am the only one out of 4 brothers that have my own business. But it's funny, it's my daughter who said, well, do you want to get a job? I worked corporate. It's not like I didn't. But it's funny how the different generations, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Angel and Tina, both your parents were in military?
Yeah, both of our dads were Navy. And we were both from the West Coast.
Oh, okay, all right.
We both grew up in California.
My husband and I are Army, but we all in it together.
So I'm an ex-Army wife, and my son is in the Army.
Okay.
He's 19 years old in South Korea right now.
Oh, okay. Keep him in prayer.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Right? It's so funny when you start to hear your stories and how they come together. And I think that's one of the benefits of this morning show, like getting a little bit behind the curtain, right? It's not so much about this scripted presentation, but like, how do we lift each other up? And how do we, how do we really connect? And I think that's when we started saying, you were there, Fanny, when somebody said you should start your own show. And it has turned into, I thought we would just do it for a few weeks while we were on quarantine. Tina keeps calling me, I've got more guests.
And we keep pushing it out another 2 weeks. So
Another
now
2 weeks.
we're out like June 15th. And
Yeah,
she was like, I think we might need to go to once a week. And I'm like, we have too many guests. We can't.
Eventually, right? I'm like, okay, life, I keep thinking life's gonna open
go back to normal.
But even in the normal, I had a friend text me this morning, and they, the restaurants are opening up here in Denver. Angel, do you want to go? I'm like, nope, I don't think so. But you can come over, right? You can come over for burgers and margaritas.
You can go get it to go and bring it to my house.
Yeah, like the whole social distancing and being 6 feet apart and wearing masks out. It's just, I know I'll get used to it, but it's just, I'd rather just go home. I'm like,
we went out to eat last week.
Yeah, how did it go?
It went well.
Dallas has been open for a couple of weeks now, right?
Mm-hmm. We went to Olive Garden, and we had a good time. I was a little skeptical at first.
Was it packed in there?
No, it wasn't packed, but they kept the social distancing, and I enjoyed it because it wasn't as noisy. Yeah, and so we were able to really relax and hear each other talk, right? Yeah.
Instead of having to talk louder because these people are so loud or those people are so loud.
I'll be trying to hear somebody else's conversation and talk because I'm a little bit nosy, and so I didn't have that distraction.
You do. You hear them. You're like, oh, they're fighting. Oh, they're fighting over there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so sad. They're not even talking.
So it was so relaxing.
I like it. I love it.
I finally got a hold of my nail place. They're opening up on June 1st.
Did you force them to open?
I wanted to. I'm like, can you just? She's like, no, Angel, June 1st.
What about your Lash Girl?
Lash Girl, I'm going on Saturday.
Good.
Going
like Angel, Saturday. Listen, I'll open for you.
Well, I wanted her to open on Memorial Day because I was home, right? And I wasn't working. She's like, no, I'm taking the holiday off. I'm like, to do what? Stay home? With your family, right? You've been doing that for 2 months. Come do my lashes.
I need my lashes done. Do you know who I am?
She's like, no, we're having people over. So we have family over. I'm like, oh, right. So Saturday. So I'm going on Saturday to finally get my lashes done. And
well, even Les Brown yesterday when he was talking, he has his Corona afro.
Corona afro, right? Well, and she's like, so you just need a fill? Like for the lashes? No. I'm like, oh no, I need the whole shebang. There ain't nothing left.
These babies fell off weeks ago.
I've got nothing left. I've got these little baby lashes. I feel like I've got baby eyes. I look in the mirror, I'm like, I don't even recognize myself. Like it just looks so
I know bad. I need to get a hold of my nail girl. I'm gonna say I need the whole kit.
Yeah, I need the whole kit.
That's what I like about Zoom. You don't see people that close that you could tell lashes, nails.
Well, I'm wearing glasses. It's so that you can't see the lash issue.
Yeah, you don't see the bottom half that we have been wearing yoga pants for the past 2.5 months every day on the Angel and Tina morning show.
I know you two look kind of fancy. You look all dressy. Deborah, are you in a dress?
No, this is just a top and I'm wearing jeans on the bottom. I still fit into my jeans. I love it.
Angel's face, jeans?
You're wearing jeans?
She's dressed up for us, Angel.
Like with a button and a waistband?
Yes, I was almost going to wear my yoga pants. But These are comfortable jeans. They're
Angel
absolutely
and I are saying that we have like 5 pairs of yoga pants. We've been going through them so much. We need a new set of 5 because we've been wearing them every single day.
How about you, Miss Fanny? What are you wearing? What are you wearing? Pants?
I'm in a dress.
You're in a
She's in a dress. Oh, she's not all dressed up for us.
I'm
We're
in a
going to church.
very
but I have on socks. A dress with socks.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I haven't put my heels on in weeks. In weeks.
No, it has been way too long. I'd love to know, like, are people like putting clothes on? Are you trying your jeans on? Are you yeah, are you
Hopefully the guys nowadays are putting pants on now that epidemic went through. Because
No
they were
pants.
all wearing boxer shorts.
I know they're on their boxers, right? Like girls don't run around in our underwear, right? We at least put pants on, like
I know.
pants on, but yeah, they're all in like all buttoned up, all fancy. But this is the thing now, when you get on a Zoom, people are letting you know I'm wearing pants.
Well, that's good to know.
Right, but it's a thing now, right?
Right.
We're making an announcement. I just want y'all to know I have on pants.
And
It
you
was
can't
because
even
of that. It was because of that guy reporter that he had like a little showing, and it was he had boxer shorts.
We saw tons of them, right? Tons of guys in their button-up shirt and from the side or whatever, right?
You're
Uh,
like, he
yeah.
doesn't have no pants on.
Pants on. So now we have to make this announcement, and we're super clear, like things we never thought we
I
would
would
share
say.
with people.
And another one is somebody said, I would never think that I would go to a bank with a mask on telling them I want some money.
Right? It does
That's
feel
it.
a little bandit, like I'm a little like cowboy.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, right. From
when I go out for a walk in the neighborhood and someone's right there, I'll go to the side and I'll wave, because it's not because I don't want to be near them. It's just because of the social distancing. So I find in my neighborhood, people are even friendlier, it seems like.
They don't think that they don't like look at you like you have the plague.
No, because I wave when I move over. I'm just like waving.
You're like 6 feet. 6 feet.
People.
people they are making room, right? They're trying to make room and figure all this out, and we'll get through it. It's so complicated what the rules are. And if you don't want to wear a mask, my friend said you have to switch sides. If you're totally against wearing a mask, just wear a mask. If you're totally against being out, being in public, like go out, like get yourself to the other side and let's start living again. And
can't stop living. That's the thing. We can't stop living.
Can't stop living.
I don't like wearing my mask because I can't breathe. I have this really cute Chanel mask that somebody sent me, and I'm like, I wore it the other day of the thing, and I'm like, I can't breathe.
Can't breathe. Yeah, we were out and we're like, okay, time to go home because I want to take the mask off now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fanny, how do you want people to get in touch with you? Do you have a gift? Do you want them to follow you? What do you want to give them today?
They can email me at 2 different emails, minnittjusthavefate@gmail.com, or if it's specifically about television, the television show that's coming up, email me at info@thefannyminittShow.tv. That one is only concerning TV. What I want to give away is if they email me at info@thefannyminittShow.tv, then I would like to gift them with a 35-minute interview.
Ooh.
It will also entail their business.
Okay, so say that again. You're gonna lead with what do they get? They get the interview to talk about their business?
35-minute interview, which we will also advertise their business in that interview.
And how do they get that?
info@thefannyminittShow.tv.
Awesome.
And then my website is www.minnittjusthavefate.com.
Fabulous. There's lots of good stuff there, Fanny. And I'm so excited to know that you're going through the ZTV incubator. You are being trained by one of my most favorite people in the whole world, Ms. Zondra Evans. helping you to pull all of that together. And you'll be able to catch the Fanny Minnitt show on TV starting this summer. So how exciting.
It is so exciting. We're so very proud of you. We can't wait to watch it and send all of our followers over there.
Thank you.
And then Deborah, what about you? How can people get a hold of you?
Well, I'd like to start with the offer, and that is I can show you a simple yet powerful technique to reduce struggles right away in the home. So if you email me at healthyparenting360@gmail.com, healthyparenting360@gmail.com, I will give you that technique, and we'll set up a time, and I'll even start with the solution consultation as well.
Awesome. Thank you. Right. How generous for both of you, right? To be given away. And that's one of the things too, even without the generosity, right? Even without the generosity, it's still worth tuning in and hanging out and hearing these fabulous stories and being inspired and encouraged. But it's always nice to get a little gift, right? A little bonus at the end. How about you, Miss Tina? What are you working on?
I have a free workshop this what day is today? Wednesday, Friday at 1 o'clock, turning your connections into cash flow. And you can text the word connection to 26786 to be put on that list. And if you are interested too, you can get your 7 ways to increase your cash flow right now by texting the same word connection to 26786. I'm Tina Torres, the gratitude specialist and client retention expert, where I teach you how to create clients for a lifetime, turn those clients into raving fans, and increase your cash flow without adding a single new client.
You're so dynamite. You're so dynamite. Well, I'm Angel Tuccy, your media exposure specialist, teaching you how to leverage the power of other people's platforms, get booked on radio, television, magazines, podcasts, create publicity for your brand. I am hosting a free workshop on June 11th on how to write a fabulous press release. I'm going to put that in there. How to write a fabulous press release. Fabulous press release. Right? Okay. If you text the word angel to 26786, the number's 26786, text the word angel, and I'll send you the link to register complimentary. How to write a fabulous press release, get booked to get your story featured in front of all the major media outlets. It is a game changer for your business. So text the word angel to 26786. You'll also get my complimentary media guide when you text that word as well. And
you have a media mastery bootcamp coming up next week.
I do have our Media Mastery Bootcamp, 3-day, teaching you everything you need to know on pitching yourself to the media, who to pitch, what to pitch, putting together your entire media strategy. We talk about publishing, media kits, media one sheets, everything.
This is going to be my third round here. And I think the last two, the first one, I really got all types of good stuff. The second one, I got more. I was like, oh, did she even teach this last time? And you did, but it's just the things you get through it. And ever since I've been through that Media Mastery Bootcamp, and I'm doing it again. And next week, I'll be there right there with you.
Media, right? You always want to be creating new publicity, sharing that story. And so even if you've been through it before, right, there are pieces of it that now you're in a different place in your business.
Exactly.
Tina,
the first one, I learned how to take my book, The Gratitude Journal, to the #1 best-selling status, 3 categories. The second one, I learned how to get my press releases out there and get more exposure and get on stages.
And now look at you. You're a media rock star.
I definitely need to be there because I need to get my book out.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yes, right. It's publishing the book and then marketing that book.
Marketing is big.
It is.
And
always, right?
Fanny, you need it.
Right? We all need it.
I need it.
You've got, what did Susie Carter say? You've got to be seen, to be heard, to get paid. Right? So let's make sure that you are seen.
I loved it. I love it.
I love it. Well,
thank you guys so much for joining us on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. Thank you, ladies, for being our guest today. It was an honor to have you guys on our show. We're Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, where we come to you live every weekday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. And we will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Bye, guys.
Thank you.